Market vitals. Triage, Matt. That's what we do. Matt, gorgeous background here to start the year. 2023. And I'm growing a mountain beard because.
Well, I got to say right away that you're damn good looking with the beard, Dan Haggerty.
I am ready.
The life and times of Grizzly Adams is
I am ready for shit to hit the fan. I'm in the mountains. I got no problems. Guns or knives, Butch.
Hold on a second. I mean, seriously, look at this.
Plenty of ammo, ready to go.
Look at you. This is you.
I believe me, it's going to grow out nice too. I grow a nice beard. I grew it in what 4 days. When was the last time we streamed? I was clean shaven the last time.
Well, it was the 20th, so it has been a solid 2 weeks.
All right.
You're not Italian.
No. I am not. I am not Italian. Although I play one on Manja TV. Matt, 2023. Everybody predicting it to
Happy New Year, Bobby.
Happy New Year. And right away, I got to tell you, it was a bad beat. I thought it was they talk about that in poker, like a bad beat, like the odds of you losing a hand are like, are not really, and Michigan, I thought it was a bad beat to have 2 pick sixes and a touchdown called back and, a screen swing pass.
Touchdown called back. And then when it was 1st and goal on the 1 yard line, not only was the play before called back, but then we fumbled the snap and lost the ball. But whatever, again, everything that needed to happen. And I've been saying it all year. I've been on TCU all year. I took TCU in that game, money line, because I'm like, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to make some money at least and pay for my trip.
I love doing that, by the way.
And I did.
And it takes a mature gambler to.
Well, and it just felt like 7.5 was a sucker line. Like they were trying to, get everybody to come on Michigan. And, it started with that 70-yard run from scrimmage. I'm like, here we go. We're going to crush them. And then we couldn't push it in there. And then we go with a trick play, flickered from our freshman tight end throwing a pass, and he gets sacked on the 12. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Overthinking it much?
Oh my God, did we have so much of that in that game? So congratulations to the Horned Frogs.
All right, so we're my first thought was that Georgia would roll in that championship game, but TCU seems to find a way to stay in games. So I don't know what else to say other than I'm no good at gambling, unless we're on the craps table.
But the good news is Ryan Day choked the chicken again once again. And you can keep him as quarterback as long as you kept John Cooper there in Ohio, because they should not have lost that game. So congratulations to the Buckeyes. And the whining. And the death threats that your own fans send to CJ Stroud and to the kicker Ruggles. You people got problems, man. You got fucking problems down there in Ohio. Wackos.
Slow down now. Slow down.
Wackos.
We just started the year.
I'm just saying. Wackos in Ohio.
We're going to talk price discovery here. And first of all, do we have an update on the Buffalo Bills safety?
Last I heard, he's intubated, he's unconscious, he's breathing with machines. That's the last I've heard.
It was brutal to see it.
It was terribly brutal to see it. I couldn't believe how he just, because the hit was it was not even a hit. It was a wrestle move tackle, right?
Listen, we're not here to get into it.
No,
we're not here, and it's going to be, hopefully the diagnosis and the reasons will be presented, but there's no way that you can escape this fact here shared by Peter McCullough, and that is 1,598 athletes suffered cardiac arrest, 1,101 of them had a deadly outcome, and that's just in the recent time here, and that's as many as happened in the previous 38 years. I don't know if this is true or not. I'm just sharing what I saw, and with the amount of headlines that keep showing up of died unexpectedly, how do you not just look at it. How do you, I just don't get it. I don't get the narrative that all of a sudden you're a crazy person because you want to draw this out as a possible vaccine side effect. There is one place that we can go to though, Matt, and that is the price of these jab companies, because if it weren't already just incredibly low acceptance of taking these things, if that wasn't already the facts on the ground, like nobody wants to take them, something like this, an athlete dying or being rushed to the hospital and the CPR on the field, I don't care what you say.
Not just CPR, Bob. 10 minutes and a defib was used.
Yes.
They shocked them. I mean, if you're talking about a place that has the best opportunity for recovery, it is a professional sporting event because they have an ambulance right there on site, like they do, always do, if not two. And yeah, I mean, thankfully, all the professionals were there and revived and recovered him, and hopefully, we pray that he'll be fine. It's painful. It's painful to watch. But
and the continuing painful thing is the fact that you can't, there's just so much animosity that you can't even discuss it. So listen, what we will discuss is the price discovery.
Yeah,
around
Moderna we had talked about when it was ran here on the cancer stuff, and we were short. We talked about it before the holidays. Take it off there at 172. And, we rallied a little bit into the end of the year with the rest of the market and got up to 180, now down to 178, down $1 today. Really nothing happening there. Pfizer, same thing, down.
Fractal out just a little bit though, Matt. Let's get more of a, since we are starting the year, let's take a little bit longer view.
Yeah, I mean, here's again, we talked about it. I still think these are decent shorts for a while here. I think Pfizer,
and that one that now you bring that up, that couldn't be clearer. That ceiling that is now a floor, it should hold, and if it doesn't, there is so much price discovery available to the downside in this one, in particular.
Moderna, same thing. I mean, it just shot up here to that 217 level, and but again, it's just kind of back into the zone where it's been here. Again,
another floor ceiling that became a floor. Pay attention to that level. Anytime, if they can spend and close a week back in that value range, there's no reason why I can't recover it.
Right. Which takes you again back down to the $60 level, which is the point of control. And again, this level here at 143 is crucial. That we lose that again, likely going to go trade down to $60. So yeah, this is not a pretty chart. There's nothing pretty about this. If you want to look at some of the other ones, BNTX, again, this one's come off more, 190 down to 145 already. This thing came off hard. They all spiked at the same time on the Moderna cancer stuff, which again makes no sense. But
well, especially since, as you know, doing this for a long time and being in the medical field for some time, that these things take years, if not a
decade in normal circumstances. So, and they're just starting trials and FDA too. So yeah, you're 12 years away. Good luck. They're selling futures hard unless they can get more emergency, backed government bullshit. But I don't see, that happening. But stranger things have happened, and it just continues to get stranger and stranger. Stranger danger.
Stranger danger is the name of the game.
Yeah, I think coming back to Georgia, TCU, it's still in my mind. They're 13.5-point favorites. So why wouldn't you take TCU in the money line again for the upset? Go for it.
What is the money line? Do you have that?
I don't. Let me try to pull it up while you're going on.
All right, pull that up because I want to share something here as we hold on. Bingo. All right, hold on a second. He's trading again.
No.
He's trading again.
No, I'm just trying to bring up.
No, night.
I've been away from this terminal for 2 weeks. I forgot how it works, quite honestly. So
all right, here I'm going to share. If I could, please.
Money
start
line is plus 365.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So you
Plus,
bet 100, you win 365.
yep.
I actually love that bet.
Yeah.
Because I need to fade my first instinct mostly, which was Georgia was going to win by 30. Let me share.
Okay.
Of course I can't share. It's 2023. Nothing has changed.
It's the last thing I thought about.
Matt was never good at sharing. It's right on his report cards. Hold on. All right, Matt. This is, I just came across this and thought this was brilliant. Obesity rates, Matt, speaking of drug companies that need to sell you diabetes medicine. This is great. This is a great chart for the diabetic insulin sellers. And I don't care if you bring the price down to whatever you bring it down to, there's a lot of it being sold. In 1987 to 2023, just insane jump. Everybody's obese. Basically, everybody's obese. But what I wanted to share was this, and this was from the Friedman School of Nutritional Science Policy, to be encouraged as the green and to be minimized. And the one that I want really, whole eggs, fried and butter versus frosted mini wheats. Whole eggs, fried and butter gets a score of 29. Frosted mini wheats gets an 87. Almost perfect food, I guess.
And the Honey Nut Cheerios, 76. So load up.
Almost perfect food. And this has been the food pyramid for quite some time.
Sweet potato fries or chips are way up there too. Yum.
Obesity rates and the food pyramid. Obesity rates and the food pyramid. All right, we're going to talk grains, Matt, because that's a big thing in the food pyramid. And this is what I want to start with here. This shared by Brian Willett, how Russia's war on Ukraine is worsening global starvation. Hold on a second. From everything I've read, most of that grain is still getting out. But the New York Times, I just want to bring this up because they are such purveyors of truth. And as we start up the new year, let's champion the peacemakers. And this is strictly headlines from the New York Times. How to choke Iraq. Bombing Iraq isn't enough. America's bombs make Iraq stronger. Bomb North Korea before it's too late. Bomb Syria, even if it's illegal. And to stop Iran's bomb Iran. Thank you, Peacemaker at the New York Times. Matt, let's go to your du jour on the grains, because I don't think the price discovery is emulating the fact that that there aren't no grains. And by the way, let's not talk about inflation being a cause and supply chains and all the other things that might have been. By the way, we just exploded.
Yeah. Well, again, it felt like they were just, again, trapping the late shorts there. There was no reason for us to be anything, there was no reason for us to be 39.06 last night, but they took them up there again. No reason. So trap those people chasing that. Now they're going to trap all the shorts down here at 38 teens, but 3,800, 3,750 still needs to go before this market's bearish. Again, I think you need to be bullish for the opening right now. And again, all the bad news on Tesla today. Let's talk about that first, because Tesla again went down and tested its low, which was pre-market last week in the 104. So guess what? We just hit that. We tested it. We're done. Now it's back up to 109. So if you're paying attention, maybe there's a trade here. I don't know. The bonds are up big today. The dollar was up big. I'm just trying to, just kind of get my feet under me. As far as corn futures go, let me bring that in real quick. Yeah, we are off 1% here today. Again, not much is happening. This is a longer term chart. We've really been we talked about this before, 620 to 700. We've been in this 10% range now for the better part since August. So it's been pretty sleepy in the grains, which, maybe means we'll have some more excitement this year. But again, pretty uneventful for me right now. I'm not paying much attention to the grains, Bob. We're not higher, we're not lower. I just want to push back hard on the fact that if the grain
was that big of a problem coming out of Ukraine, these charts would be near their highs. They're nowhere near their highs.
Right. Right.
And so the narrative is absolute bullshit once again.
Yeah, and then and this is beans. Just looking at the same thing again. It's been just crawling up here, but same thing. We basically 1290 up here to 1500 for the last 6 months or so. So it's hard. And again, this crack here, if we get back above 1556 or so, maybe we can go back and fill that gap up to 1684. But this is pretty sleepy to me, Bob. Volume's really gotten light, and I think what's more interesting is something that we've been talking about is the fact that winter is now here, and
it's the warmest winter in Europe.
The warmest weather ever in Europe right now. After last week, it was the coldest. But look at this. It's interesting because this is a long-term chart. We've come right back to the point of control. So if you're looking for a spot, we just traded 389 this morning. Now I think down here to 360 or so really looks like for the longer term nature after such a huge sell-off. I mean, we've been cut in half from 760 just on the end. This was Thanksgiving, and we had a cold December, and now we're warm. We're here in the West Coast.
Well, I mean, we've been very, very steady here. Like our weather hasn't varied much from normal.
No, but the sell-off is just supreme today. I mean, like 10.5% today, natural gas. This feels like the end of a move to me. But I would wait until, it turned a little bit, but I mean, value just takes you back up to the 530. So if you're just waking up to this and thinking, well, I should short this is going to zero, be careful. I don't necessarily think natural gas is going to go to zero.
Especially if I can, let me share, because we keep talking, and by the way, your video is gone again.
Okay.
Again. I think it was.
But I can share still, so we're good.
Where I told the climate guy to slow down? Slow down, climate guy. There it is. All right. All right. I'm going to share now. Look at him share. Look at him go.
Look at him go.
Look at him go. Because that's in the same 2-hour period where the guy shared the thing about about the Europe being as warm as it's ever been. In the same couple of hours, this guy shared this. Scotland and Northern England are freezing again already. And then Leopold, and if we go to his, come on, let me go to him. Let me go to Leopold. He's talking about how this Arctic cold air mass is incredibly big, and it is breaking down. It will break down, and the continents will be flooded again with a lot of cold air. So this couldn't line up more perfect with the natural gas chart. It's giving you an incredible opportunity to buy here. You know where your risk is, and if the cold weather doesn't show up, if he's wrong and the other guy's right, stick to your risk. And he's saying it's by January 10th. So next week, it's going to get cold again, and it's going to get real cold. From Heinrich Leopold. I'll be fine up here in the mountains, Matt. Not even a problem. Not even. All right, what else do you got? As we start the new year, what else are you thinking about?
What am I thinking about? I don't have any crazy predictions. I just think, we had, I think we've had 2 votes now for Kevin McCarthy that have failed. So I was reading some history. I think it was something like 1853. There was a time when there was like 180 votes to name the Speaker of the House. So there's my bet. Maybe we're going to, like you said, take the over on that number of votes to finally get the Speaker of the House. I don't know. Listen, poli-sci was never my thing. I never took any poli-sci. I took government in high school. I don't know all the rules and regs, but apparently you don't even have to be in the House of Reps to be the Speaker of the House. So that I say nominate Bob Heffernan. Let's put him up there.
Heifer for Speaker.
Yes, Heifer for Speak.
Heifer for Speak. Can I trade? Can I trade on inside information? That's the only
apparently Nancy could. So if you want to change that, you can. Otherwise, you can continue. It's up to you.
Amazing how she's
the
worth
new
140 million after 20 years in the
It's government is profitable.
yeah,
It's
it sure
very
is.
profitable
It sure is.
for those on the inside.
All right. I think that's all we can stomach here on the first day back of the year. Please be disciplined, trade disciplined, mind the mo. Visit us at marketvitals.io. Visit Amazon.com for your shrimp mojo, man. I've had some great interactions over the holiday season with the shrimp mojo and different applications.
Let me tell you, the Christmas dinner, I ended up doing Christmas dinner, and I wanted to thank you again. I did Alfredo pasta, fresh, good noodles, and the homemade pasta sauce. Alfredo was great. And then I topped it with the Cajun shrimp, which, dude, it was killed.
I bet it was.
I mean, it was
smashed.
I made almost 3 pounds of pasta, and I think that was gone day 1.5.
Oh,
so I want
awesome.
to thank the Manja Rub team for again.
Hey, listen for the national championship. I got the Manja steak mojo beta. We got the beta of the steak mojo ready to go for the national championship. I got a nice side of beef, and we will cut our own strip steaks from the side that I got. That's always great to do too. See that whole strip loin, and then you just start mowing it down. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic.
Mowing it down.
You got to slice it and dice it. That's what we got. All right, Matt. Thank you very much. A little disheveled here still.
It must be Haggerty. It must be the Dan Haggerty.
I'm working on a good Irishman, Dan Haggerty.
Yeah,
Haggerty.
Yeah. Grizzly. We're gonna start calling you Grizzly Adams.
Haggerty. He owes me money, for God's sakes.
Grizzly Adams.
All right, that's what we got. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Lee. Who else? Thank you, Mark. Lee never even made it. Happy New Year. See ya.